Hello and welcome to Never a Foul. It's your boy Mo along with a fantastic panel to preview the Man Utd Spurs game. The game that I don't think matters at all in this league. I don't think it matters at all. I don't know what you guys think. But Man Utd, with both their feet in the Champions League next year, they're worrying about a cup final, not the Champions League. And Spurs, they have to worry about a lot of things. And I don't think they should worry about this game because I don't think they're going to make top four. But welcome to Never Fall. Make sure to hit that like button if you just joined. Of course, make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel. And how's everybody feeling? Saeed, Sean, and Mr. Cass, of course.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. We're here, man. Big game tomorrow, man. This will be like if we secure top four or not. I generally think this is a game where United could secure top four. Win the game, Tottenham, I think. And if Newcastle win as well, that's them kind of like, eased off. I think they did that on Sunday, to be honest with you. Kind of confirmed top four. But for us, we've got to win this game. 9 points, clear with a game in hand. What motivation more do you need, man? I don't know what motivation more you need to kind of solidify your top four race and basically tell Tottenham you're out of the top four race. I think, for me personally.
Yeah, Sean, you're going to 8th place, mate. I've been telling you, man. You know what, Sean? I remember just before Christmas, you was being absolutely full of chest, and you know what? So was I. But I was keeping calm at that point. These days, I don't know what calm means. But you said if we're top by Christmas or the end of the year, who got there? Man United. And then guess what? The chest deflated. Yeah, Sean. All right. I can see you've humbled yourself. It's okay. And I wonder who's going to be laughing now.
Yeah, look, it's been a nasty 2023 for Tottenham. It has. It's gone from bad to worse. Everything's fallen apart. We were in a good place into the World Cup, and then all of our bad players turned terrible. Our good players turned average or worse. The injuries pile up. Not that I'm using it as an excuse, because I know you can't use injuries as an excuse on this channel. It's like
you can.
It's like haram.
No, no, you can. You can. We've got loads of injuries, but it is what it is.
Yeah. No, I think you're right. I think now you have to shake hands with reality. Tottenham, I think, are playing for pride into the end of the season. I don't even think 5th place is realistic anymore. I think Villa are on, an incredible run, and Brighton, Liverpool look, like they walk us off the park if things continue the way they are. But look, for as far as tomorrow goes, I think that. Yeah, you could see any type of Tottenham come out. You could see another version of what happened against Newcastle, or you could see a reaction because the players obviously dropped the ball alongside the tactics, alongside everything just going wrong. We've got a couple of players that might be coming back from injury, which might help us have a bit more shape.
Who's that?
Clement Longley and Ben Davies, which might give us some more options down the left-hand side of defence.
Yeah, that would be massive for you.
Massive for us, and then obviously you've got whatever you want to call it, a second new manager bounce in as many weeks, So I don't know if there's going to be some sort of reaction there, but like I say, I wouldn't be surprised if you guys walked us off the park 6-0 or something like that.
No, we're not. I don't even. I'm not. I don't know about you, say, but I'm not that confident in smashing them like 5-6-0. We don't even put in an away game. Nah, no chance.
No, yeah, I'm not. I think a couple of goals, but I don't think it'll be 6-7. I just don't. This United team don't have a habit of scoring goals for fun. You know what I mean? I think when they go to like 2-3-0, they get allergic to scoring more goals. Yeah. It's quite funny. You know what I mean? Like Newcastle took their advantage and they went on a mad one. This United team just aren't clinical enough. That can be a worry, but I still think we can score a few goals against this Tottenham team, who are, whether you call it manager bounce or not, I just feel like it's still Ryan Mason. It's still the same group of players. Yeah, I know they said sorry. I know that, Sean. I know you didn't say sorry and they tried to make it out like they're going to come back fighting. But, I mean, seriously, if Man United gave Tottenham the edge and they came out all guns blazing, you would see me a very angry man, because this is just going to be typical Man United, just to give another team hope. Like,
that's it, innit?
You know,
I
what
don't think there'll be. I don't think whatever's going to happen. Even if we do find a way, and like I said, I wouldn't be surprised to see any particular result. I could imagine Tottenham doing it to like turning up just for this one, just to kind of try and get some favour back from the fans because they owe the fan base a performance. Especially if you do have some injuries coming back, and I know you guys have got a couple of injuries at the back as well. So I could envision something happening. I do think you'll win on the night, but. You know, like I say, Tottenham are capable of doing far better than what we have done. But at the same time, this season, I think you've got to your point, Saeed. I think you can't really polish a turd too much. And I think at the moment our team is so devoid of any confidence and any real structure or balance that I think it will be a fairly easy. The scoreline might not be quite as big or wide as last time around, but I think that it will still be a fairly easy game for you guys.
I just don't know about backing. When a team's you've been put in such a corner. They say you're down so much. Can it get any worse? I don't think it can from a 6-1. For me, it's like once you put someone into a corner, the best Tottenham is a Tottenham when they have no manager and now they have zero expectation. That's when the Spurs is like, no, I don't want to play Spurs. Now that's what's making me think like, I really want to play Spurs. All of a sudden, Ollie Skip and Papa Sarr wants to go press. Højbjerg wants to be a monster. All of a sudden, Eric Dyer turns into prime David Luiz, carrying the ball out of the box and makes Marcel look like a dickhead. You know what I'm saying? Like just things like that. So for me, it's just what kind of Tottenham you're going to get. But I got to think about at the same time what kind of Man United we want to see. Like it's the first time where you're going to see a little bit more of a fit Rashford with a fit Martial now, to be fair. But then at the same time, you're missing Bruno Fernandes potentially. I know that man's going to play. That and just knowing him, he don't like missing games. He will absolutely throw his drop. He will fall over in front of Ten Hag like he does on the pitch.
Sean, you don't fancy Harry Kane against Sean Lindelof at all? Like at least if it was Martinez and Varane, I would say it's done. But Kane can do something this game. Kane can show
of course.
people that I can lead this team. Yes, of course. So I'm like this down and out.
You have to get the ball.
I'm not used to that. I'm not used to these Spurs fans down and out.
Neither am I, mate. Listen, I love coming on your show talking absolute waffle and putting the chest out, but I can't do it. I can't be shameless anymore. What I would say is like you've got to get the ball to them, right? And when I was watching the Newcastle game, after every goal, by the time that they'd finished the replay, doing the 2 or 3 different replays, and the game they pivoted back to. They pivoted back to the live stream again. Newcastle had the ball. So we kicked off and immediately given the ball away again. And then they came for a second wave and a third wave. And it happened 5 times in 20 minutes. And I think only in the second half did it stop a little bit. But that was because Newcastle took the foot off the gas. If Newcastle really wanted to go at us in the second half and put a cricket score against us, then they probably could have done. Because we can't keep the ball at the moment. And so I think that, yes, Mo, to your point, like if you can get the ball up to our top end, you've always got a chance with Sonny and Kane and and Decky if he's playing well. But it's getting the ball to them that I find a little bit hard to get my head around at the moment.
You know who I'm going to find is going to be the key player. Remember, I got laughed at when I said Wan-Bissaka is going to be a key player in certain games, Saeed, or even on your. I said he'll be a key player for the Newcastle game at the final. Just locking up even Matoma. Wan-Bissaka is going to be the key player. This time, Son said, "Now, bun that. Wan-Bissaka will eat him up." Fred's going to be the key. Fred, for me, Fred's the key. Fred is the key.
Yeah,
because I think all you got to do is suffocate that midfield of Spurs. Just make them absolutely wet their pants. And win the ball back and go again.
Suffocate anybody in that midfield. Bro.
I know exactly.
I don't think you need to suffocate anybody, bro.
Every time they get that, if you can,
bro.
Yeah, but if you can get rid of that midfield completely and don't let Skip get into a game, because it is at Tottenham at the end of the day, then it's going to be a hard time. Like we did at Old Trafford. You was their side, I was there. Yeah. I saw us put in a clinic. I saw Anthony probably play his best game. I saw Delo probably play one of his best games there. Down that level. Well, this time they won't be on the same side.
You're the only one who rates Skip, to be honest.
Because you know what? It's easy to put.
Skip.
No. But it's easy to put a player, especially a young player who's just turned 22 not too long ago, into a failing side, and he's not going to look great against the ballers of the Premier League. And when you ain't got the players around you, I think Skip's a very decent player, and I think he's got a big head. I think he's got a very talented head on his shoulders. It's just obviously the situation he's in. You put a couple ballers around him. I think he should be the guy that should be in DM. He's the one that's carrying the ball.
You
If
might be
anything,
right.
he should swap roles with Højbjerg. Højbjerg's better going forward. Skip is the sitter and just dictate stuff.
You know,
Yeah.
you might be right. You know, Oliver Skip in the Newcastle game is the only one that completed 100% of his passes, 42 out of 42 passes in a game that they lost 6-1. It's mad. It's crazy. I don't rate the guy. I don't think he's the way to go forward with Spurs. If Spurs want to stay out on the top, like
He's not going to be a
well
world beater, I don't think, but I think he could definitely be a very good but useful.
He's a competent player.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Steady Eddie, man.
You want to get the likes of Guimaraes, Casemiro's, and you want to get the likes of, like I think
this
Spurs
is
to move forward. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
I think we're going to sign that. I think we're probably going to get that kid from Sporting, Manuel Ugarte.
He's good.
a monster.
Oh, if you get him, that's going to absolutely get on my nerves.
He's a
Leave
really
him
good player.
alone. Do not destroy. What? Is he a good player?
But Ugarte's great.
He's
He's
a very
wicked.
good player.
He's
He's a very
wicked.
good player.
Yeah,
He can play centre mid or DM. Don't matter.
Yeah. The problem is he's got the worst disciplinary record in Europe.
Yeah, but sometimes.
He gets a yellow card every time, like within 30 seconds of getting on the pitch.
Yeah, but that's where it comes with a manager. You put a right manager with him, calm his head down. I know Ruben Amorim likes to press and everything. Sometimes you got to play to his strengths. If he's going to be aggressive, that's what you're going to get, man. And if sometimes that's going to be a fan favorite.
Yeah, for sure.
You can't change him, man. Gattuso was like that. You know what I mean? These guys are.
Roy Keane was like that, even though.
Roy Keane, you know, so you can't change these guys. These guys are what they are, innit?
Yeah, Saeed, but in this day and age, that doesn't work. Look at Casemiro. How many games he missed due to like yellow cards or red cards?
Well, they're targeting him now, though. I feel like for me, the referees are targeting Casemiro.
Did you not see that? You see Johnston? Johnstone was worse. Did you see that tackle? He done on Wolves and got a yellow card. Not even.
I know all the right players. Mitoma was bad as well, and he got away with it.
Yeah. He should be off.
Yeah, but I think like this day and age, you get a player like this probably will miss 10% of the games of the season, and it's something that people need to be looking at. Like Palhinha, like he's already on 12 yellow cards, guys. 12 yellow. Who gets 12
That's what I think
yellow
Tottenham
cards?
should be looking at, man. Is look at Palhinha somewhere that's actually in London where you don't have to.
He's the other one that we have. Like, we're linked with a number like a monster number 6 because we haven't got one. We've got 15 different versions of a number 8, but we haven't got any.
You should go get Palhinha, Mateus Nunes. That's who I think you should go for.
Yeah,
that should be your midfield duo.
Bad boys. Or Neves as well. Neves is still there. He's still doing bit.
That guy's just going to be a Wolves legend. He might as well just stay there, innit?
The thing about it, I don't think people would want to go to Spurs. That's the problem.
That's a good point, you know.
That's the problem. Why would you want to go?
We're not that. We're still fifth in the league. We're not that.
It's not about that, Sean. If Man United, if Ugarte, for example, if Man United and Spurs with the same wage come, you see Man United, you see a vision. You see a project. But Spurs, you see change of managers. Fans are against owners. There's a difference. In Man United are against owners, but there's a project going.
I get it. But you've got Casemiro, right? So someone's going to want to come in and play second fiddle to Casemiro. Someone's going to want to come walk straight.
Casemiro's 30. He's 30 years old. He's gonna be.
He's still got 4 or 5 years left, hasn't he? You know?
No, but
with Tottenham though, I think like they do have had some like gems in there. Dembele, he was a top player. Moussa Dembele. You've had Vertonghen, Alderweireld. You know what I mean? I think Tottenham need to go back to that kind of structure in terms of buying them players. Obviously, for me, I don't think Romero's good enough. I'll be honest.
No, I don't either anymore, to be honest. Yeah, I think he gets away with murder, mate. I thought his performance against Newcastle was just embarrassing. Yet no one goes after him.
You put him next to a more of a composed centre back, though. All of a sudden, he looks good.
Yeah,
he can't play back four, guys. Guys, he cannot play back four.
He can't play back four, exactly.
He can't play. Yeah,
he's coming from Atalanta. He's coming from Gasperini's Atalanta. They play back three older. Like
there's some good players. Have you not seen some free signings though? Yeah, you not seen free signings. Ndika, you know Ndika, isn't it? From Frankfurt. He's a very good player.
What they needed was Bastoni, but they didn't get Bastoni, did they? Because obviously,
I don't do that.
It's too expensive, bro. It's too expensive for them.
No, but how much is it going to cost? 70 million?
Yeah, 70. They didn't want to pay. Like it's too expensive. They wanted a 35,
60 million. So you know what I mean. You got to prioritize what you want to buy, and I think that's the key for me with Tottenham. If they can prioritize these signings that they've done before, they've actually got good players like Vertonghen, them players there that came in, Ericsson, all them recruitment that they had. If they could go back to that, I generally think Tottenham can rise up the league and still be a top 4 club. But it's just whether Daniel Levy is going to hold on to Son, hold on to Kane, and then kind of go down that route of, That's the problem. I don't know what their message is, what their kind of.
There is no project, Saeed. There's no project. There is no vision. Like, buy Bissouma, get Perisic out of his career. Like, get Pedro Porro and Longley.
Pedro Porro is not. He's not a bad player though. You know what? He's just having.
He's not good.
Garbage time.
Like, they told but
he's not. He's not.
This guy is Kyle Walker. They told us this Kyle Walker guy.
I hear it. I hear it. But for me, but for me with Pedro Porro, if you can get a manager that can dominate a game, all of a sudden Pedro Porro looks sick. Do you get what I mean?
No, basics though. No, but hold on a minute, Kaz. Yeah, for a defender, you have to have the basics. So we always look at this modern day fullback, yeah. Go forward. This guy cannot defend, man. I'm watching him here. Bournemouth, he got twisted. This game here, brother, he's like, where's the ball? Like, he doesn't know where the ball is.
But you don't need to defend side in a back three. You don't need to. Perisic doesn't defend as much. The problem is they're gonna play back four from next year. The likes of Ben Davis, Eric Dyer. I think they're gonna get another defender to play with Romero. They're gonna try the back four. I'm not sure if Spurs are gonna go to this back three. And Pedro Porro, there's no use for him. There is no use for him for sure.
That's true.
There is no. What are you gonna do with this guy who only can play a wing back? Like Perisic can play as a winger. What are you gonna do with Pedro Porro? There's no use for the guy.
Yeah, and this is the thing. This is why I always say with this guy that we're linked with right now. What's his name? Frimpong.
I have my reservations about that guy. Don't want him.
So going forward is amazing. But with Wan-Bissaka, he's not amazing going forward. But what you have to first of all do is have the basics. Wan-Bissaka basics is very good. Dalot is still a bit sketchy, but he still has the basics. In the Premier League, if you're not a good defender, you're going to get found out, man. Trent Alexander-Arnold is having trouble now. Reece James, obviously, has been injured and whatnot, and obviously, he's having a difficult year. But when you get found out, it's a long day for you. And then teams look into it, and then they're like, you know what? We're going to target this right now. That's what teams are going to be doing.
The media do the same as well.
Kyle Walker in what do you call it, for City now, he's not playing there anymore because he can't fit into what they want to do. So
he can't keep fit.
Difficult, man. And he can't keep fit as well, yeah.
Yeah, he's
linked with him. Is he linked with him, or is it?
I don't know, man. Maybe not. I don't know. I
think Milan were linked with him today.
I don't think Pep Guardiola is going to let him go. Not just yet, anyways. Can't really see that happening. They got a lack of right back because they're playing a Kanji there or Stones or somebody like that. I don't think Kyle Walker just go. Not just yet, anyways. But what's it called? But I thought, away from Kyle Walker and all that kind of stuff. I mean, look, why don't you employ Danny Rose again, Sean? He's looking for a club. No,
no, definitely not. He needs a. Tell you what, listen, you can't employ anybody who turns up to TV dressed like how he was dressed. It looked like one of those army men from like the Starship in Star Wars or whatever the other day. He looked like an absolute weirdo. But he's not my. No, he's done, mate. He's finished, isn't he? He's not good enough.
What? He was joking, bro.
Oh, was he? I don't know. Our left side is so bad at the moment. I don't know, mate. To be honest.
No, but is there any way next season to save Spurs? Any manager in particular that you want in your club?
Of course, things aren't that bad, mate. No, things aren't that bad, right? We need a new goalkeeper. You need a monster central centre back or someone to play along on the left hand side. We're getting you Destiny Udogie, and he plays on the left, who's coming in already, who's got a brilliant reputation from Udinese. Hopefully, Pedro Porro is going to settle down and figure out the Premier League. You get that monster number 6 that we were talking about, and if you can keep Harry Kane and Sonny happy, then think we're not that far away. It's like people are making out People are making out like we're
because Harry Kane is going to leave, Sean.
Is he? I don't know if he is, mate. And here's my pitch on it. If the only realistic club that he's going to go to this summer is Manchester United, and Daniel Levy's going to play hardball like he always does, and says, I want 120 million quid, some ridiculous number. Man United are going to say no. It's going to get dragged out. Man United will end up having to go and buy their superstar striker elsewhere because they're not going to wait a year.
Exactly.
So then Harry Kane's then going to wait a year with the intention of letting his contract run down until next summer. But by next summer, who needs him in the Premier League? And he's not going to.
He's still got a good 3-4 years in his game, man.
He's never going to go to Chelsea, in my opinion. I don't think he goes to Chelsea. He doesn't go to Arsenal. if Man United already go and get your superstar striker because you can't get him, he doesn't go to City unless there's some weird turn of events where Haaland decides he's had enough and wants to go to Real Madrid.
Bayern will be in for him.
He's not going to go. He's not going to go to Europe because he doesn't want to sacrifice his Premier League goal scoring record. So
the way I
think he's going to sign a new contract because he's going to get forced into it because there's nowhere else to go.
For me, the way I look at it with Harry Kane is, he don't Saeed, he don't need pace. He never relied on it. This is why he's gonna last in the Premier League. He's been injury free for a minute now as well. Yeah, he hasn't had no injuries, bro. That guy's got. He will play. But he will play till he's like 30. As long as he's got that brain and that finishing touch, that's all he needs.
He ain't gonna get him ever. Like if the manager don't get him this summer, why would you wait a full year? Then say now we go and get, I don't know, who would we go and get?
Maybe he does this though, Saeed. Maybe Ten Hag does this year. Because we still don't know the situation. I don't want it to happen. I want him to go. I do want him to go, but I won't. I'll say his name because I think I can say that. Mason Greenwood's situation is a bit sticky, and we don't know what's going to happen there with the club. But if it's me, I'm getting rid of it. I'm getting rid of him. I want him to go. Go Europe. Get out of England, mate, because you're going to get absolutely slaughtered. But for me, let's take that situation away because I don't want him. Maybe Marcel stays fit, and I don't want it to happen. And we can't rely on that. But maybe he goes and gets a young striker. We linked with that Højlund guy from Atalanta and quite a few young strikers. And he may wait till next season. Like, cool, I'm going to get Harry Kane on a free. That means we got a bigger budget to go get what we want in centre mid. And I can go get everything around us as well. Maybe a new left winger. Maybe a new right winger or something like that. Backup. Do you know what I mean? Like, he might strategize like that. That Rasmus Højlund, though, that guy is going to be wicked. He is so good.
Here is the problem with what you said. So good. Players normally like Harry Kane, I think with this age, he's not gonna wait until he's
I can't see either.
I tell you why, because he gets injured a lot, and if he doesn't sign a long-term contract now, when he's good in the summer,
he doesn't get injured a lot though more though. Go check his injury record.
Yeah, this season.
Yeah, but that's when he was 28. Now he's turning 30. He's only about to turn 30, by the way.
So it's going to get worse from here. I think these players, they will need to secure their future in terms of like they need a 3-4 year. So as I agree with Sean, if no one is coming to pay the money, he might sign a 3-4 year contract with Spurs to at least guarantee, because it goes downhill when you're 30 plus. These players know their body's not the same. They want to go on. They're gonna.
Daniel Levy knows, right? He's not going to go. Sorry, Mo. Just quickly. I do not see him. Like, does he really want songs being sung about him like Sol Campbell had? He goes to Chelsea. I know it's not the same as going to Arsenal, but it's not that different. It's not that different. I don't think Harry Kane wants to ruin his legacy at Tottenham by having people singing "We're all having a party when Harry Kane dies" for the next 10 years of his life. Like, it still annoys Sol Campbell. It still affects him to this day. I think if he goes to Chelsea, which is the only other option,
he can't go to Chelsea. He cannot, because Lukaku's coming back and he makes 15 million. Lukaku makes 350 a week. They need to get rid of him, and nobody's going to pay that money, and they are in trouble. The only realistic place is Man United.
I thought Man United will get him. I don't think it'll be 100 million, and I don't think it'll be either 75, 80 million. I think he'll go somewhere down the middle, probably 85, 90 million, maybe with some add-on stuff as well. Maybe it might be, here you go, mate. Here's 75, and we'll give you add-ons. Let's see if he gets there. But Levy ain't gonna play hardball with that.
I don't think Daniel Levy will do that, because he'll have the conversation in his head, thinking top 5 next season gets Champions League. If you finish 5th and then you assume that you make it out of the group in the next season's Champions League, then Champions League brings you probably 70 million, 65, 70 million in revenues in and of itself. So the gamble is anything less than 70 million. And it's not worth it, because Harry Kane for one more year might give you enough goals to get you 5th anyway, if you can do the rest of the rebuild. Anything below 70 million, it's just, you might as well roll the dice. Anything more than 70 million, maybe you're in the Goldilocks zone where you're going to have...
We're forgetting the main factor of everything, though. Man United's new owners. We might not even have money to actually pay for Harry Kane, if we're being totally honest with ourselves.
Why? What do you mean?
You know what I mean? Because we don't know who the new owners are. We got so much debt. Like, we might not be able to afford a £100 million player. We already getting that 300 million in transfer debt. We might have like a 70. We might have 80 million. We might have 100 million budget for the summer this time around. Cool. Go get yourself a midfielder.
You will have more because you're going to the Champions League. You already get automatically money.
You don't already get money. No. FFP. This is the first time when Man United is going to be under an FFP thing. Looking, unless we sell as well, mate. We owe over 300 million in debts, bro. Where are we going to get 200 million? The credits run. What day? We got 2 more days to know the situation of the bids and everything.
I thought you're going for Osimhen. I thought the talks already started in Italy. There was
The
a
thing is,
journalist
it's the owner, innit? It's the owner, man.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
very-
but Saeed,
Di
there's a
Lorenzo.
journalist in Italy. There's a journalist in Italy that said that already Man United sent someone to talk to what's his name, De Laurentiis from Napoli to see, and they're already Napoli are looking for a replacement. So they already talk. You know, we're April. The talk will stop because they know that people will be all over Osimhen once the season is over.
I don't know. Yeah, who would you rather have, Saeed? Osimhen or Harry Kane?
Osimhen.
You gotta go with the younger option, innit? Just let him rot. Let Kane rot at Tottenham, innit?
For me,
Why are you saying rot?
I think he's like in terms of the quality. I think Harry Kane is up there. He's world class. But Osimhen, what he will give us for the next couple of years, he will light the Premier League up, man.
I just want to bully. That's it. I just want to bully. I want to bully up front.
He
Do everything.
He is the kind of.
You've already got. If you can surround that man with more technical players, like at Napoli, like, do you know what I mean? Like, I mean, Anthony's a bit technical. To be fair, Rashford isn't. But if you get a better midfielder or two, because we need 2 midfielders, bear in mind, and whatnot. I think things can definitely change. And that guy's good in the air, man. I'm sick of not being able to put the ball in the back post for a header. And Osman's sick at sniffing out, just like Harry Kane, by the way. But if I'm thinking of the break, Man United's what's Man United being all about all over these years? Transition, mate.
Yep.
Never known of a slow transition. Even Berbatov was good in transition because he was always up the pitch anyways. You know what I mean? Just hanging loose. He'll play offside and wait for Rooney and that to run past him. Okay, I'm near the box anyway. Let me go get a tap in. Done. But that's the way I look at it.
No, Harry Kane suits Ten Hag way more. Way more.
I think
Way
so.
more,
But you know
man.
what? I keep hearing this. Oh, he's a Ten Hag player. He's this, that, and the other. And
We don't know yet. You know,
and you know what I'm saying? Like this, that, and I said, you know what? I don't think so. We all thought Sancho was a Ten Hag, but I don't think he is, mate. I really don't think he is.
Yeah, we don't know, but we can only judge from what we see, right? Osimhen, guy. I'm judging.
Yeah, but look at Haller. He wasn't technical link up. He was more. I don't know. For a big guy, he's quite explosive in the air, target man.
I suppose
it'll be a bit of a different.
Similar to Tadic, not Haller. Harry Kane is very similar to Tadic on the ground. Can get everybody around him.
What about Brobby, though? Brobby. You know, is it called Brobby?
Broby. No, keep him away, man. Yeah, I'm
not saying. I'm saying people are saying, oh, you know, he's had different styles. Ten Hag, man. He had Broby guy. You know what I mean? So different players, man. He can be able to, you know, sort out. You know,
can't lie. If it's me though, I'm trying to visualize the 2017-18, I think it is, or 18-19 Ten Hag team with Tadic as a false 9. Yeah. I mean, Kane gives me that, man, and that football was delightful, man. You know, you got shown there in your Casemiro, just a breakup player. Obviously back then, De Jong and Van der Beek. Obviously, we'll have I suppose he's not Bruno. He's not really Van der Beek, but De Jong and another capable fullbacks.
They had big centre backs in De Ligt and De Vrij, and you've got
but they could actually pass the ball. They could actually pass and keep play. And this is where it comes back down to the fullback situation. Is the right back? It changes everything. Who was their right back in the day? Was it Mazraoui? Who was before Mazraoui? Or he might have always been Mazraoui, maybe. But
Mazraoui, before that it was Veltman, actually. It was Veltman.
Veltman was very capable.
Veltman is exactly Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Not great going forward, but absolutely fantastic defensively in the position, right tackles.
Yeah.
Which is why sometimes he's the third centre back in Brighton now. They push Stupinian all the way up top. I think
he's good at Stupinian, by the way. It's good.
So Stupinian is a fantastic offensive guy, and I think maybe Ten Hag wants to do that. You need a left back. I don't know about Shaw though, but you need a left back that will light up that left side going forward. Allow Rashford to be probably a second striker instead of being a left winger.
He's what we thought Malacia was, man. I thought Malacia was going to be this high flying fullback, but he's more inverted, technical. You know, he kind of. You know,
I don't like him, Saeed. I don't think he's a.
I can't lie.
He's not Man United level, Saeed. If
the way I might look here, put Shaw centre back, man, as a backup centre back, maybe in future. I don't like. You know what it is with Shaw? I like him, but I don't. I like what he brings, but then I don't like what he brings. I like Alvaro, and that guy is so ready. It's unbelievable. This guy is so good. He makes the Championship as a left back look like for Preston, look stupid. Like honestly, this guy's like 6'1", physical, technical, can cross a ball, tidy, and he's fast. What more do you want?
And he's fast as well. Yeah, he's fast as well.
Right. Yeah, but Malacia's tidy, but is you just I don't know, Malacia. You know what? That Sevilla game just haunted me with Malacia because I thought before, bring him in. I don't mind. He's okay. He'll do the job.
We did a stream after, and Cass is like, I don't want to see this guy ever play in a Man United
I
shirt.
can't. He got Lissandro Martinez injured for the season. It was his through his decisions that forced that issue for me. Tony to Man United. No, Tony's getting bagged, man. He's gonna get banned.
Guys,
how long do you think how long do you think he was going to get out for though? He won't be out for too long, will he?
No,
we need to find out, man. This is taking too long, man.
Yeah, I don't know. There's 200 of you in here. If you've already done so, appreciate you, obviously. But if you haven't done so, please smash the like button. We're like 27 off 100. So yeah, anyone that hasn't done so, appreciate if you could do that for me and or us, shall I say?
But this game, I want to ask about this game something. Martial again. I'll come back to Martial again. I'm not his biggest fan, not because of his technical ability, because of his work ethics. I think he doesn't run enough. The rest of the team run more than him. I think his body language is I don't know, like you watch this guy and you think you have so much ability, bro. Just put the effort, bro. You are so good. Just put the effort off the ball for us to see your technical ability. And I get, man, Ty, he loves him like his brother.
Yeah, Ty is a super fan.
Like, and I'm like, are you a Man United fan for real, thinking that this guy can be the future, can be someone who you can rely on?
Bro, you know what it is with Martial? I think for me, the thing is, it's more hope than anything, man. We see glimpses in it. Everyone knows his quality. It's just about staying fit. That's the thing with Martial. It's whether he can stay fit or not. And that's the reality of Martial. I personally, for me, I'm not really too bothered. If he stays, he stays. If he leaves, he leaves in it. I'm not really like fussed. You know what I mean? I think the quality is there. I think if the manager wants to keep him, fair enough. But all in all, let's be honest with you, man. You know what I mean? I think because of the injuries, I think everyone's going to be like, if he does leave the football club, you know, it's not going to be a big loss, is it? Because he's never available. But we do appreciate his qualities. I think he's unbelievable on his day. But what can he do? He just can't stay fit, man. And that's the frustrating bit about him. You know? Maybe next season when we don't have to rely on him, maybe that feeling of, you know what, he could be a bit part player and play when we need to. That might be better for him and for the squad. I generally think for me, if you can say, right, you got 2 strikers and then Martial. So we've got 3 strikers at the football club. Say now you buy, well, Ferguson now signed a new deal. Say you did buy Hodgland and Kane, and he had Martial on the bench as well. I don't think that would be bad, you know, to be honest with you. I don't know what you guys think as well, but that wouldn't be too bad for me.
Martial just sort of flatters to deceive it to me. Like he's like so many other players. I take what you're saying, Saeed, about his injuries and stuff, but I think you could easily replace him. There's a never-ending stream of pacey players out there that come off the side and that are tricky, but that ultimately don't deliver as much with the final decision. There's so many of them. There's like you could look at any team and there's 2 of them hanging around. I know he's probably of a higher level than most, but I think you could get rid of him and replace him fairly easily without looking too like you haven't got to scour the market for another Martial too hard. You know, he's not like straight up number 9s or specific players for specific positions that are difficult to come by. People like him, I think, are everywhere.
Do you know, I think Martial is too good to be a second striker, like a bench striker, but he's not fit enough to be the first choice. It's very strange for me because his ability is like Pogba.
His attitude will go in the bin if he's a second striker. We already know it as well.
Yeah, yeah, that's one of the things as well. Like Pogba, you cannot put Pogba on the bench. If he's fit, you got to play Pogba. He's one of the most talented guys, but you put him, he's not fit all the time. Cannot play a full 90 minutes, gets injured, and makes a lot of money. Like gets paid.
Well, Marcel's got till now until the end of the season to prove why, isn't it?
It's
why are you going to give Ten Hag a headache? Are you going to give Ten Hag a headache or are you not? Which
cup
one?
Final, the cup final, Cass. If he plays well in the cup final against Man City, he's gonna buy himself time. That game, forget the league. You're already in the top 4, I believe. You need 3 wins out of the next like 8 games to secure top 4 or something like this. So I don't think it's the league. I think it's the cup final thing. And he's so good to be on the bench, but also he's not great. Like his injury record is terrible.
He needs to give me at least another 6 goals in the Prem, I think.
If he's fit, if he's fit.
How many goals has he scored?
I think in overall or in the Premier League.
4 something.
He's got 4 goals and 2 assists in 610 minutes. So he's averaging something every 100 minutes at the moment in the Prem. And he's got obviously he's scored in Europa and assisted, and he's already got a couple goals in the in
not bad,
what's
is
it
it? Not
called,
bad return.
Carabao. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I said. He needs to give me at least another 6 goals from somewhere. Just give me 6 goals. One against Tottenham or 2 will do. That'll start off. Yeah, man. And that's the way I look
Easy.
at it. And stay fit for 90 minutes. You got 1 game a week now. After Tottenham and this weekend, you got 1 game a week.
What about Bruno, guys? Is Bruno going forward should be the captain? Is Bruno going forward should be the starting? Because I'm hearing the reports. I'm hearing fans saying, no, we need another number 10. He cannot be the number 10. I'm hearing a lot of fans talking about
Give
this.
me Maddison, man. Give me Maddison. I'll take that. I think for me, Maddison, if Leicester get relegated as well, Maddison will be on the market. I think he's a 10 that we should be going for. Different option as well. Different Tottenham number 10 as well. Bruno might, towards the end of his career, might be playing deeper. You never know. Like, he's 28 now, 29 in, I think, it's August. So I think towards maybe the latter part of his career, he might play as an 8. I generally think for me, Maddison would be an unbelievable number 10, and United should go get him. I don't think he'll be that expensive. Back in the day, it was like 70 million. I don't think now it will be that kind of
You
price.
have to get relegated. Leicester are garbage.
Yeah,
man.
40 max.
And
40 now.
they're in financial trouble, I don't know if you know that. But
Yeah, and he's got like a year left on his contract as well.
There you go then. But I do think he's going to go Newcastle with me. I think Newcastle have been a long-term target. Even Tottenham, they've been a long-term target, hasn't it, Sean?
Yeah.
So,
apparently talks are. I read some. Was it Matt Law? I forget who it was on Twitter saying that, like, to everyone's surprise, Tottenham are actually well in front of everybody else to get him, and that talks have been progressing over the last month. So, yeah, I don't know. To be honest, like, as much as I think that we need a player like him as well, he is not the priority. I'd love him as long as it doesn't take away budget from where we need it. We need a completely reshape defense and a goalkeeper next season. So I want to see us focus on that stuff before we start sprinkling more juice up the top end of the pitch. But I still have him if he's available, and if it doesn't just distract us from getting what we need elsewhere, then yeah, brilliant. But I get sick and tired. Not only are Tottenham linked with Ugarte, we're also linked with the other fella, Pedro Gonçalves from Sporting, who's another really talented player. Yeah, another very cool player. But again, like, at the moment, like, all the links are for players that play up the top end of the pitch. Apart from Ugarte, you've got the guy who plays left, right, and centre. You've got Maddison, etc. Like, can we see some credible links to some? Like, if we could go and get Laporte or something from.
Would you get rid of Richarlison?
Yeah, I hate him. I never wanted him in the first place. I would bite your hand off to get 50 million quid back on him. I think he's absolutely rubbish.
There's more. What's it called? He's had more managers at Tottenham and he's got goals.
Yeah.
Mental, isn't it?
Well, that would be the case if he. He hasn't scored a Premier League goal. I don't know, man. Like, the shithousery thing, like the fact that he's an emotional player and he tries and all that stuff. It's all very good, but I just think he wants to be a fair player because he's Brazilian, but doesn't have any of the minerals to do it. His first touch is awful. He's always trying to overcomplicate things. Misses really good opportunities. To me, it was a nonsense signing originally. I don't know why we went after him, and I was proven
60 million quid,
right.
isn't it? He was gonna buy. He would buy him though.
Apparently, Real Madrid were interested to connect him back up with Vinicius Junior and that. And I'm like, really? If so, like, fine, let's do it. Let's do it. But
as a backup striker?
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know.
There's some weirder things in the world, like Choupo-Moting, in it. But
Mariano went to Real Madrid. He's still on their squad. Mariano.
I don't even.
They have done stranger things.
Still there,
I forgot that man even existed.
He's still on their books. Sometimes comes on.
Mariano, there's a couple in there, man. That Hazard is just there for no reason. You know what I mean? They've got a lot to do, man. Real Madrid, I feel like they're gonna go ham this summer, man. Generally, I think they're gonna go ham this summer because they need to buy some. They need squad depth, man. They don't have squad depth.
But they have 300 million in the bank. That Mbappe money is still there.
Yeah. Still there.
That money's still there, and they're already in
the he's bound, isn't it? He's just bound to go there, isn't it? Like Mbappe and I'm not even joking. I think Mbappe and Haaland are just bound to end up linking at Madrid at one point.
100%. Oh my god, that would be the end of the world. Imagine Vinicius, Haaland, and Mbappe on one team.
Yeah, but
that's the end of the world.
No ball retention up front though. There is it really.
Doesn't matter. Who needs a ball retention when you have two guys?
You know what? You're right. You're right. Who needs that? Who would actually need that? It's mental, isn't it?
So what is life for you, Sean, after Harry Kane if he leaves? Who's the face? How's life?
Well, yeah. If Tottenham do sell him for let's say like 85, 90 million quid, if there's something struck there, look, you've got maybe you might see Richarlison and Sonny get pivoted into that kind of like to try and play the two up top thing, and then you go and get that Pedro Gonçalves or someone to help out because he can play left, right, or in the middle. He can do a lot of things. Maybe it's just a complete relook. I don't know if it's even possible, but that Rasmus Højlund, I think is class. I don't know what sort of budget he would cost right now.
Nothing.
I reckon 50-60 million quid.
No, less. He hasn't played enough.
I know he was playing for Copenhagen in front of like 7,000 people and a few sheep.
Yeah. He hasn't played enough. I think he's going to be cheap if they sell him Atalanta, and because Atalanta are not going to make Champions League. So he's not gonna...
Well, and Tottenham have got a relationship with Atalanta from the pre.
You said he ain't played enough. What are you on about? He's played 27 games this season.
I think the minutes. Look at the minutes. How much?
1,500 minutes.
Yeah, 1,500 minutes. Like that's 17.
He's even played in the Bundesliga. The Bundesliga this season. Wait, that's the wrong Bundesliga, right?
Yeah, no, he was playing in Copenhagen. He was playing in the Danish league.
He's played 2,200 minutes this season. He's got 14 goals and 8.
So maybe before
overall.
because I was looking at his Serie A.
In Serie A, he's got 7 goals and 3 assists and 27. That's not that bad. That's not that bad for his age.
Not great as well. But who's going to be the box office star for Spurs?
Listen, I don't know. I was talking this the other day. I don't know with Juventus getting off of their 15-point deduction. I don't know. Yeah. Obviously, they're still financially crippled, right? They're still in a whole world of financial problems, and I don't know.
They don't like Vlahovic either.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say they might try and recoup some of their money for Vlahovic, and I would have loved him, in the summer ahead of Richarlison. I know he was never going to come to Tottenham at the time, but things are changing, and some of the teams that were after him last year might not need him anymore. I think Vlahovic is a quality player and someone that could certainly fit the Tottenham style. So maybe you could go back there, but I don't know again if Tottenham could even deal with Juventus right now because
Chelsea
of the whole Paratici history.
Maybe. And then Lukaku will end up going Juventus.
Yeah, my thing is,
maybe that's a good shout.
With Pochettino going to Chelsea, though, you don't know with Harry Kane, man. He might just say, you know what, I'll come join you. You know what I mean, and join you at Chelsea. You just don't know what happened, man. If Pochettino's going to go there, and did he not say that he would never go to Chelsea? Did he not say that?
Yeah, he said it's two clubs he never go to.
Something like that.
Arsenal and Barcelona. To be fair, he said he'll never go Arsenal and never go Barcelona. No, Real Madrid. Sorry, Real Madrid. He'll never manage them.
But I think he also said something like, I think he did say that Chelsea are basically Tottenham's number one rivals now, and as consequently, like if he does go there, which it looks like he is going to, then obviously the love affair with Tottenham's over. It'll be very interesting to see how Tottenham fans respond to him coming back next season to White Hart Lane.
Yeah.
I would boo him.
I would boo him. I would personally boo him, man. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
I would have. If he went to my direct rivals, I would have booed him.
Yeah, straight.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think a lot of people probably would. I think some other people would probably still sing his name. There's so many people that are in love with Pochettino that they would probably still give him the chant because he was the only manager in a lot of Tottenham fans' lifetimes that really gave us a glimpse of the big time, getting to the Champions League final, and felt that he was treated badly on his way out. I remember it slightly differently. I think that he kind of made a rod for his own back with some of the comments that he was making in the preview to the final against Liverpool. He was saying things like, if we win here, I'm done. Like, well, of course I'm going to leave. What else can I do with Tottenham?
What an idiot! What an idiot!
But to be honest with you as well, Jose Mourinho came to you guys, didn't he? So and you guys didn't really boo him, did you? So I don't know. But then again, Tottenham were just kind of maybe happy to have Mourinho as manager.
Mourinho and Conte. Yeah, Mourinho and Conte, both ex-Chelsea managers. I look. I don't know what's going to happen. If he does go, I'd be surprised. But I'd find it. I think it's different. Pochettino to go to Chelsea, I think it wouldn't sit right with some fans. It would be understandable with others. If Harry Kane went to Chelsea, I think he would. I think he would spoil because he's a legend at Tottenham. They were going to build a statue for him. Like Daniel Levy said the other day in a Cambridge Union debate that he had intentions to build a statue for Harry Kane, and we don't have any statues of any of our legends. So if he goes to Chelsea next summer or this summer, then that's over and done with. I don't know whether Harry Kane needs that trouble. He's a settled guy, he's a family guy, And I personally still stand by it. I don't understand, apart from the media push for it, I don't understand why it takes a player who hasn't won a trophy to go to a team where he's more likely to win a trophy to cement his legacy. Because all that is suggesting is that if you can't win it with one team, but you can with other people,
exactly.
All that means is that it's not because of you, it's because of the players around you. And for me, that shouldn't be the determining factor of what cements someone's legacy. So I know it's a media push to get all the best players playing for all the best teams, but I personally don't think that Harry Kane's legacy should be determined by whether or not he wins a Carabao Cup with Man United.
Yeah.
On that basis, I think he should stay with Tottenham.
I'm with you. I'm actually with you because at the end of the day, like I said, with Harry Kane, I just feel like he's very comfortable in life. Like, when someone's just comfortable, like they don't want to take risks. I think Harry Kane just needs that talk, like pep talk. Be like, you know what, man? Go win some trophies, man. You're better than this. Like, no disrespect to Tottenham, but go out there and be that player. Because if he wins a couple of trophies, especially wins a kind of a golden boot, you can actually look at him and think, you know what? You should be comfortably in the top 5 strikers of all time in the Premier League. If you win a couple of trophies, win the golden boot, win the gold,
Why does a trophy need that though? Why does the trophy dictate that?
Because you know what it is? Because other players, for me, stood up in big game moments, and I don't think Harry Kane has done that for Tottenham. Champions League final, Carabao Cup
you're right.
final.
I agree. Yeah,
and I just think sometimes people like Didier Drogba get too much disrespected. But this guy was there and helped Chelsea in their quest to win Premier League titles. That's just the way I look at it. That's why I always have this kind of big conversation when Harry Kane and Didier Drogba get put on the same level. Yes, maybe Harry Kane is a better footballer, but if you're taking your top 5 of all time, I'm still taking Didier Drogba. I generally am, and that's just that's how crazy.
Yeah, because the greatest players of all time, all of them in every position, have won something.
Because they've always played for the best. Because they've always played, or 99.99% of the time, they play for the biggest teams.
Well, I'm trying to think of one.
I'll give you a name. Not Alan Shearer.
He did it as well.
Alan Shearer did it. Look, I know back then they weren't the greatest, but they had their period. AS Roma, Totti.
He won the league with them. He won
the World Cup as well. But he had these moments though. He carried them.
That's what I'm saying, right? But so Harry Kane, if
Jamie
Harry Kane
Vardy, look at Jamie Vardy's legacy. Flipping you couldn't write it even better.
That should be a movie, by the way. His life story should be a movie. But my point is that if Harry Kane isn't good enough to do it with Tottenham, because whenever the big moments have come up, the teammates around him haven't been good enough, and he hasn't been good enough to carry them, then going to Manchester United or Manchester City or somewhere else where he is going to lift the trophy, and the only difference
what about Haaland then?
Well, hang on. If the only difference is that he is going there not as a better player, but just surrounded by better players around him that will carry him over the line, then that should not reflect on his legacy. His legacy should be determined on what he does, not what other people do for him.
No, it's a team sport. I disagree with you. Ronaldinho didn't score a lot of goals. Let me just give you an example. Ronaldinho, his legacy is amazing, and he used to mad assist. Imagine if he didn't have Eto'o or Jolie or these guys. We would not have been saying the same Ronaldinho. It's a team sport. It
should not change whether he is one of the best of all time just because other players around him get him over the line. Yes, it means something to him, and yes, the media will present him as a more well-rounded player.
Why do you play sport?
To win trophies. I get it. Yeah.
Yeah. Sport is to compete for the big titles. That's the whole point of sport. Sport is to win. If you
I understand all of the rationale for why he should go and play for a big team. I'm just saying that it shouldn't affect him. Lifting a trophy does not make him a better player. It means that he's around better players.
Robin van Persie. Van Persie will be remembered to that Premier League season that when he went to Man United. Yes, he had a fantastic career at Arsenal, but he wasn't crowned with the Premier League.
Yeah, no one's going to remember. But no one's going to remember Van Persie's time at Arsenal other than the flipping volley against Charlton.
And the red card against Barcelona. That's what he's remembered for.
That's what I'm saying. And look how sick Van Persie was. Technically on the same level as Kane.
100%.
Maybe even better if we're talking about ball to feet, but maybe not passing range, obviously, like the vision at the back of the head. Van Persie had it all. He had it all.
But I agree with Sean in one thing. If Harry Kane surpasses Alan Shearer and is the all-time top scorer of the Premier League, he will be remembered. But being second, being third, being fourth,
just basically a Liverpool
without winning a trophy, in 10 years' time, you will always be, he was a great striker, scored a lot of goals, but he doesn't hold the record.
Why is Alan Shearer remembered as one of the greatest strikers?
Because
in
he's the all-time top scorer and he won the Premier League with Blackburn.
No, but no one remembers. No one talks about his Blackburn days. People talk about him for his goal scoring.
What do you mean? The older heads? Yes, we do, because most people remember Shearer and Sutton. Not all the younger heads these days won't remember.
Is Chris Sutton? Chris Sutton won a Premier League trophy.
But Shearer, he was the side piece.
Do people remember Chris Sutton?
People remember Andy Cole more than Dwight York. That's a fact. But Dwight York was the piece for Andy Cole to go and win something major, and that's why he scored how many goals in his career. And it's just the way it goes sometimes. And the thing is, they kept doing it. Chris Sutton was a major piece. That's why they used to call it. What's it called? SAS. Shearer and Sutton.
But no one remembers Chris
Shearer
Sutton
used
now.
to score.
He works on BBC Radio.
How young was Shearer? How young was Shearer scoring monstrous goals against big boy defenders? You know, big boy defenders. By the way, we're talking about Tony Adam. We're talking about Bruce. We're talking about loads of, like, even when he was like 18, 19, he was scoring goals and goals. Many of them, and that's why you can't disrespect Shearer, because at the end of the day, he's got won a couple trophies, and put him in that
he's the all-time top scorer.
He's the all-time top goal scorer. Even when he goes to second, people are still gonna remember him because
he held the record for so long. Because he held the record for so long. Once you hit that all-time top scorer, you'll always be remembered. Because every time we're gonna mention goals in the Premier League, Alan Shearer's name comes up every time.
Right?
Yeah. It's like this as well. Look, Haaland went to Dortmund, scored all them goals. What did he have to show for it? Not much, if I'm being honest. Same way, Kane. Goals. Yeah, you're scoring all them goals for Spurs over the years. But what you got to show for it? Nothing. That's why people say, "Oh, Haaland can't be the best football player in the world." I'm like, what? He's like, what?
Benzema scored a lot of goals for Real Madrid, tons of goals. He's like the fourth on the list with them.
I just think
if he didn't win the Champions League, Sean, he wouldn't have been remembered. It would have been Cristiano Ronaldo.
I understand all the rationale for why it's important. I get it. It's written
He'll
down
be a Tottenham legend always.
If he gets to be the Premier League goal scoring
record, mate.
If he gets to be the Premier League goal scoring record but doesn't win a trophy, people will be talking about him a lot longer than they will about Chris Sutton, or the never-ending list of other people that have won trophies in their lifetime but weren't actually great players. And there are a never-ending list of players that have participated in teams and been influential members of teams who won trophies but will be forgotten.
That's fair.
I do not believe
we agree. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
But he's not gonna break. Is he gonna break the record? He needs 53 goals. Is he gonna break the record?
He'll do it at Tottenham or Man United for me, anyways.
I don't think he's gonna do it at Tottenham. I think if they don't fix the team, he's not guaranteed 20 goals for the next 3 seasons. That's 20 goals for the next 3 seasons at least.
I think he is.
How old is he? 31.
Like I said,
the next move determines whether he does do that. I think Tottenham, like I said, they're steadily declining. I think the team, as they kind of Son gets worse and worse. The midfield. I think that's when you're going to start to see Harry Kane. Maybe his deficiencies be a bit more. I don't know. I think so much you can do.
I think Kane's still got another good 4 years at the elite top level before he starts declining in goals. For me, you don't rely on pace. When you don't rely on pace, they don't matter no more. Just supply it, and literally he'll just demand it. Goals. He'll get 20 goals here. In a better team, he might get 25, 30 goals there. You just never know what piece. Like, let's say Maddison. Let's say he did say at Tottenham. Let's say Maddison and Polina. Well, he doesn't have to drop so deep anymore. That's a more dangerous Kane. You don't even have to do more running anymore. He still presses. He's still got legs and he's being injury free. Kane is in right now. I would say a 31. I would say this is Kane's prime. Like, this is literally his prime. Not a 27-year-old Kane, a 30-year-old Kane. This is prime. Look what he's doing in a crap Tottenham team this year. Look at the numbers he's putting up. Mental, right? Even I get Newcastle. Like, come on, man. It's just garbage performance. Still got a goal.
Everything goes through him at Tottenham, though. Like, he is the linchpin. He's the locksmith. He's the linchpin. He's the guy. Whenever a player gets the ball, they look up and find where he is and give it to him to then figure out what to do. In a different team that maybe has some slightly better superstars that don't necessarily want to always look for Kane and have different options, maybe he doesn't do as well.
Here is the question: is he even guaranteed, Sean, trophies at Man United, Premier League and Champions League? Or he's always going to be
more
a
likely.
Carabao Cup?
It's more likely than Tottenham, for sure. Anywhere is more likely than Tottenham at the moment, but
it's not guaranteed. Like, Van Persie went to Man United knowing that he will win the Premier League. He knew that he will win the Premier League. I'm not sure if Man United will win the Premier League in the next 2-3 years. If Pep stays,
we had to bring back Scholes just to get him to win the Premier League. Don't you remember that one? That's so someone can actually ping the ball.
Be interesting. What happens to Manchester City with their legal issues? I think could be
Yeah.
quite
But we won't
influential
hear
in
that
reshaping.
I don't see anything happening.
You know, that
I
was a
don't
nice
either.
time, man. That was a nice bit of news that we heard, man.
That was a nice day, wasn't it? It was a good day, wasn't it? Yeah.
It was a good day.
Yeah,
Everyone was happy that day.
Every content creator had a lot of fun with this. It was like
Yeah,
an
yeah.
A lot
amazing
of
time
fun,
for
man.
content creators.
Yeah.
Mm.
But listen, if there is any bad news in that vein, if they do get, I'm not talking about getting strict or anything, but if they get some sort of financial punishments or they can't sign players for a certain period of time, if they get some sort of future limitations on what they can and can't do, then there might be an opening up of more opportunity for some of the other teams around to win trophies. But at the moment, Man City look like they're going to win everything all the time, don't they? So, yeah, there's no guarantee if Kane goes to United that he's going to win anything, but it's certainly a higher likelihood than he has if he stays at Tottenham.
Yeah, 100%. But anything else, you guys? Predictions or?
Yeah, I think for me it'll be 2-0, man. I'm not gonna
That's
lie
what
to
I
you.
said. I said 2. I think 2-0. Marcel and Rashford are both scoring.
I
2-0
can't.
for me.
I'm never going to be able to ever say that Tottenham will lose. This is a rule that I have, so I'm going to say 2-2.
That's what I'm like as well.
3-2 Spurs.
Right, there we go. Nice, Mo. Welcome to the
Why
dark
do you say that, Mo? Why do you say that, Mo? Though?
I'll tell you why. I think Man United, without Martinez and without Varane, I think Harry Kane will have a lot of joy. And I think that the thing about it is that going to be 2-on-2 most of the time up top because you're going to have most of the ball. You're going to press them very high. And I think they can be compact. They learned from the 4 in the back. I don't think they're going to ever play 4 in the back this season again. They're just going to have lines in front of lines defensively. You're going to score goals. But I feel like Harry Kane will get a penalty. Harry Kane will score a penalty. And I think they will score goals. And they play at home. We always forget that they play at home. And at home, it means something for these players.
Yeah, Bournemouth was definitely comfortable at home, weren't they?
Yeah, but that game, look at Spurs. They created chances and everything. But again, Spurs will play good. Like they played against Man City. Okay. They played against other teams. Okay. I don't think they're going to play that bad against Man United. I don't think it's going to be that bad. They might win it. But I still think that Man United will go to top 4. This game is not going to affect top 4.
Yeah. Top 4's done, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's not going to affect top 4 at all. But I still think that this is maybe the game that Harry Kane says.
I think Man United need 9 more points. I think Man United need 9 more points
from 8 games. So definitely, this game is not that.
I tell you, 11 points. 11 points.
That's statistically assuming the other teams will win all their games.
Yeah,
it's not going to happen.
Assuming, yeah.
Assuming that Aston Villa will win. I remember Aston Villa plays Spurs in like 3 weeks. So
yeah.
And Spurs got
I think you need 9 points and that's it. But we'll see. It's going to be a good game. I believe it's going to be. There's going to be goals in it. It's not going to be like
it's on 8:15 kickoff, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's BT Sport tomorrow night, I think. Yeah,
Thursday. Yeah, 8:15. Yeah, it's
8:15.
a late game at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
Wait, 8:15.
8:15.
I think it is slightly later. Yeah, I think Saeed's right. I think there's going to be a really weird atmosphere at the stadium. I think you're going to have like fights among the fans because a lot of the fans have decided to like go all out for Daniel Levy. There's like change for Tottenham groups on Twitter that are posting like banners that you can cut out, like with Levy out, Enoch out. So you're going to have like a significantly larger percentage of the fan base than ever before in the stadium and outside before it, singing songs about Daniel Levy. And then with that, you're going to have the other fans who don't agree or that want you to, who don't agree necessarily that people should be doing that in the stadium. And they'll be saying, get behind the team for fuck's sake. And all that, and then I think you might have fights. You might have like the stewards being asked to throw people out that have got Levy out banners because you don't know how Daniel Levy's going to appreciate that happening in his own stadium. Yeah. I think it's going to be a really, really, really weird atmosphere. An interesting one to see how Tottenham fans really feel at the moment. Because Twitter's one thing. Twitter is horrible at the moment in terms of like the apathy towards
everywhere. Levy out. Literally.
Yeah.
It's mad.
Yeah, but Twitter's always like that, right? Twitter's always like a kind of more extreme version of. There's very
Tottenham
few
fans are so Levy out. Then all the ones that got season tickets that want him out and all that stuff don't go tomorrow.
Well, that's what some people are saying that they won't do. I think there is like 5,000 seats available on the ticket exchange right now, which I've never seen in the last 2 years. So
that's a lot.
It's like I say, it's going to be a really interesting atmosphere, and whether the players feed off it or bottle it again, I don't know.
My mate's going tomorrow. He's a Tottenham fan. He's going tomorrow.
You'll never know which Spurs are going to turn up tomorrow. You never know.
Well,
Forrest Gump.
I've got to do a watch.
Are you not going?
on-
Are you not going, Kaz? Oh,
No,
you're
I've
doing
got to watch. I'm on
along,
I'm on DR Media doing a watch on with Fuad and a couple others. It's gonna be fun.
Yep.
Just gonna look at his face. Just gonna look at his face. I'm like, yeah.
Excuse me.
Go.
Yeah.
Anyway, so thank you guys for being here. Sean, Saeed, appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. That was fun stream,
man.
quick. And good luck, both of you tomorrow. And
Yeah, we're going
we're
on
gonna-
Saeed's channel in about 15 minutes, so it will direct you there and go like the video before it starts.
Yep.
Appreciate it, man.
See you
Got
guys.
3 likes of 100 on here. That's fraud. That's
Hit the
fraudish.
like button, people.
That's
Don't
so fraudish.
disrespect us.
That's a fraud. That's
Come
a
on.
fraudish
If you're
crowd.
allergic to the like button, man.
Yeah. See you guys. We're out.
See ya.